everyone, this is Linsel, and today I'm doing a little bit of a different video. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while with speech paints and stuff, and I figured this way I would also be able to provide a little commentary. So from now on I am going to do a video series, I don't know how often, called Let's Draw, where basically I draw something and just give commentary while the speed paint plays. So today I'll be drawing my old character Stibb, who is a thylacine. Stibb was originally part of my project called Down the Mineshaft, which was a steampunk thylacine story. Stibb is a male thylacine. He used to be the best friend of one of the main characters. Stibb was a very kind of quiet-ish character, but also very optimistic. Though he definitely also sees the downside in things when it doesn't really interest him. He is still a bit quiet, I kept him that way, and I kind of changed his features up a bit. He used to have more droopy ears, a longer muzzle, some slightly different markings, so I basically changed that. So yeah, I basically wanted to differentiate him from Linsel, which is my persona, so I decided to just give him these features. Stibb in the story was a very obsessed character. He used to have one main goal in mind and basically would do anything to get that, and that was to become an aviator in a blimp or preferably even a Zeppelin. His father basically made it big in the aviators industry because he worked at a big manufacturer of blimps, but that didn't make it any easier for Stibb because his father was rather strict and still would let him just not easily enroll in the school for aviators, but that didn't really stop Stibb because he kept going on anyways. He really just wanted to get into that school, get his degree, and basically become a pilot and just an aviator and deliver stuff or deliver passengers or whatever. He just really wanted to become an aviator. He had a kind of a slight comedy relief role, but also a very supportive role to the character whose best friend he was. He lived in one of the upper levels of the city. He had a big house, a very fancy house. And Stibb, yeah, I basically later tried to revamp him for another story of mine, but that didn't really work out, so now I'm going back more to his roots. I'm still kind of keeping his old colors, but I'm also changing up some of the things. I still like the little fangs he has poking out, so I'm definitely keeping those. I'm also giving him goggles because that just kind of shows his nice steampunky vibes and especially how he wants to become an aviator. I'm not the best at drawing goggles though. Stibb is one of the few thylacines I had in the story with blue eyes, which was quite a rarity, especially when they're this clearly blue. It's kind of seen as like a beauty standard for thylacines, even though Stibb really didn't care about any of that because he's really kind of awkward, especially in social situations. He really had trouble making friends. He didn't really feel that comfortable around many others, especially his father, but he kind of just made do with what he had, and you know, he liked hanging around others still, those he was close to. I give him like a white muzzle marking, which I like kind of giving all of my thylacines. I'm making his goggles nice and dark because those kind of are like my own goggles, which I own, though I hardly wear them to be honest. I'm using MS Paint for sketching and drawing most of these because honestly that's just my favorite program, and please don't send any suggestions for other programs. I'm fine using MS Paint and I don't really need anything else. I've got Manga Studio, I've got stuff like Adobe Elements, but I still prefer this program. So yeah, Stibb has a few stripes, being a thylacine. He has very little stripes, but when drawing thylacine characters I like to keep my thylacine designs very simple, so I only give them like a few stripes on their hips instead of starting behind their shoulders and ending on their tail base. So now I'm just giving him claws and kind of just finishing it up. I considered giving him like a tail tip, but I decided not to go through with it in the end because it just didn't really fit his design in my opinion. So now I'm just going to mess around with like the final settings. I decided to give him whiskers, but no chin hairs or like hair tufts because those are kind of like Linsel's defining features. So I wanted to keep those exclusively to them. Now I'm just kind of playing around with what I want for the background. I picked some public domain imagery, and I think I'm just going to do something with the Zeppelin or maybe some cogwheels or gears, because I feel like those kind of capture the steampunk feeling I want to go by. And yeah, that's my drawing of Stibb. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any requests for me to draw something and no OCs, yeah, just let me know, and who knows, maybe it'll get its own episode on Let's Draw. And yeah, that was my drawing. Bye!